Oh yeah, another episode is coming out. Do you also hate it when your smartphone battery is empty? Well, there are two things you can do. And this is charge your smartphone or grab a power bank. But buying a good power bank is harder than you might think because of false advertising and paid reviews. So hey magnets, welcome to another episode of The Truth About.
Smartphones have become our daily life companion, and we need more and more battery life. Mostly a full charge is not enough for a day if you're a heavy user. The easiest way to extend your battery life is a power bank. But which one should you buy? If you check out power banks on Amazon, then you can find a lot of mixed reviews. Many reviews are paid, I know that from my experience, and some reviews are just from people who have no idea what they're talking about. So most people just search for the biggest capacity advertised for a low price. But this is something you should not do, and the reason is that sellers mostly lie about the capacity. So first let me explain how a power bank works and why you can't simply divide your power bank's capacity by your phone's battery capacity and get the charging cycles. So there are different kind of power banks with different battery technologies on the inside. Cheaper power banks use lithium-ion cells, especially the affordable 18650 cells. They are cheaper and they have fixed sizes, but well, that's the only advantage. They have a higher discharge rate, just they get hotter and are not really durable compared to the new lithium polymer cells. However, LiPo power banks are more expensive and also harder to get, but they're also smaller and more durable on the long run. Also, the lithium-ion batteries can catch fire more easily because of their fluid electrolyte. LiPo batteries instead, they use a solid or gel electrolyte and are more safe. Well, I know it's not very realistic that your power bank will catch fire, but safe is safe, and here's a quick video I recorded 2 years ago, and imagine your power bank gets shorted and blows up like a Note 7, and that's not really funny. Now let's talk about the actual capacity, because here it gets tricky. Power banks get to 99% produced in China, and most cheap unknown manufacturers or OEMs, they just lie about the battery capacity. You can't imagine how many emails I get every day of power bank sellers and they want to sell me their latest product, but I just see at the first look that it's shit. So that's a fact, but also the capacity advertised is not the actual capacity that goes into your phone's battery. So first, the capacity inside is measured as mAh. That stands for milliamp hours and tells you how many milliamps or amps you can drain from the battery in 1 hour. So for instance, a 10,000 milliamp hour battery means you could drain 10,000 milliamps or 10 amps for 1 hour, or for instance 1,000 milliamps for 10 hours. But you can only do this at the rated voltage of the cells, and most cells are rated at 3.7 volts. If you multiply the milliamp hours and the rated voltage, you get the actual energy, which would be 3.7 watt hours. That means you can drain 3.7 watts for 1 hour from the battery. But why do we need to know all that? So you need to know that USB ports are made to operate at 5 volts. So you always plug your smartphone into a 5 volt source. This is the output of a normal USB port of your notebook or phone charger. So inside of the power bank, the voltage has to be stepped up from the 3.7 volts to 5 volts using a boost converter. This conversion is not lossless. That means there is a conversion loss. To calculate the real capacity, take the advertised power bank capacity times 3.7 and divide it by 5. This is now your real capacity, and it's always lower than the advertised one. The second factor is the efficiency factor, and this one depends on your power bank. Cheap power banks have a bad converter inside that transforms a lot of energy into heat, which is lost. High quality power banks have a better upstepper resulting in a smaller loss. So good power banks lose here, let's say 15%, some even 20 or way more. Now let's do the math. Your 10,000 mAh power bank at 3.7 volts actually can only supply 7,400 milliamp hours at 5 volts, and if the converter is crap, then maybe even less. And maybe in a couple of months even more less because the cells alter. So if you thought that you could charge your 2000 mAh smartphone 5 times with a 10,000 mAh battery, then you're now disappointed, because you just have 5900 mAh coming from your power bank's USB port, and there is another conversion in your smartphone back to 3.7 volts. So this advertised 10,000 mAh power bank will charge your smartphone only around 2.5 times.
Alright magnets, so we're now here at the end of this video, and in this episode I wanted to show you all the tricks which manufacturers are using to trick you. If you ask me now which power bank I'm currently using, so it depends on what I need, but mainly I use the Power Thunder. You can find a link down below in the description. It's a power bank from a Chinese manufacturer. Actually, I don't like the phones a lot, but the power bank is really good. It retails for around 40 euros, $50 depending on where you buy it from. And as you can see, it was the power bank I've dismantled in this video, and the cells inside, they are real LG cells. So they are kind of expensive. Now one cell retails for already $5 to $6, and we have 5 cells here on the inside, which is around $20 to $30 depending on how expensive they buy them. Anyway, also the electronics inside, they are very good. This power bank can charge my Huawei Mate 9 with over 3 amps, and that's massive. If you have a look at this power bank, so it's from EC Technology. It's a really huge one with, I don't know, 22,000 milliamp hours. But the charging ports, they can only output around 1 to 2 amps. So my phone is not charging as fast as with this power bank. And the third reason is, this power bank has also a lot of ports. It has an USB port, so full-sized USB port, micro USB and Type-C. With this power bank you can even charge a small MacBook. So I would say that's pretty decent. The second power bank we're using on an almost daily basis, this one here. As you can see, it's very thin. It's called TT Flachmann. It's a German company, and Flachmann is a German word, and it stands for this here. So it's so thin because it's a lithium polymer battery, and as I've told you before, they are more expensive. So it retails for around 40 euros, and there's an iPhone cable, so a lightning cable here included on the back side, and the actual capacity, so the rated capacity, is 3200 milliamp hours. And this should be enough for a normal sized iPhone, so to recharge it once. For sure it depends on how cold it is outside, so maybe it's even less. But to extend your battery and to make it through the day, I think this power bank is really great because of the small form factor. So guys, we're now here at the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you have learned something. But if you still have any questions, feel free to post them down below and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. For sure there's also another giveaway, and we're going to give away one of these UE Boom Bluetooth speakers. I really love them, and you can find the giveaway on Flo's Instagram. Link is also down below in the description. So that was the second episode of The Truth About. So make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned until next Friday for the next episode of The Truth About the new MacBook Pro and what Apple doesn't want you to know. I'm Steven from TechMagnet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.